Hey guys, what's going on? Cheers to you guys. I'm just trying to get in the mood for what is the impending result after this AMC squeeze when I'm sitting on my private island, basking in the sun, enjoying my new wealth, as I hope the rest of you will be doing so as well. This is Side Hustle Enterprise. This is Market Moves Monday. We do have some major things to talk about today, some highlights, some positive news regarding AMC. But before we do that, I do want to mention a little bit about Dogecoin, see where the price is, and fill you guys in on where I'm pointing my miners. So let's go ahead and dive right into what we got going on. All right. So, we've got some interesting things going on here. Even though we did get finally listed on Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, we do see a bit of a downward trend here with Dogecoin. A lot of talk about whether it's going to go to proof of stake, whether it's going to be paired up with Ethereum. There's a lot of news going around. There's a lot of misinformation and so on. I'm still doing as much research as I possibly can so I can deliver information to you that is accurate and up to date. So I'm not going to dive into those subjects at this moment. I will do a one-on-one video on Dogecoin and Ethereum and Shiba Inu and where that could be possibly going moving forward, right? But looking at the price, it's not horrible considering where we've been in the past couple years, couple months, and so on. This is not bad, guys. This is good movement. We do see a bit of a dip here on the RSI scale below that 30% mark, so we could be seeing a bounce up here shortly in the next couple days or so. So I am still holding on to my Dogecoin. I'm not selling. I'm still actively mining it. In fact, I've actually pointed my miners at f2pool.com where they are doing very well and very profitable. F2pool.com has the option of merge mining with Litecoin and Dogecoin at the same time if you have both Dogecoin and Litecoin receiving addresses. So I get a Litecoin payout on top of my Dogecoin payout every single day. It's profitable for me. I'm collecting gains. I'm holding on to my Doge and I'm selling my Litecoin. It's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'm converting my Litecoin to CRO and staking my CRO. That's where I stand with those right now. I'm super bullish on cryptocurrency still. I still think we are in a good position to swing back up into the summer months here. So I'm staying positive. I hope you guys are staying positive too. I'm curious to see what pools you guys are mining on. Cryptocurrency, I truly believe, is the future. And I truly believe that because of what we're seeing right now in the marketplace with AMC and GameStop, that cryptocurrency really needs to be looked at more in depth and potentially fix some of the issues that we're having, right? So that being my fantastic transition into AMC and what's going on with AMC, as I sit here and drink my fantastic hurricane that my wife made me, waiting for the storm to clear up for AMC, waiting for the squeeze to happen so I can call up my tax attorney and be like, hey, I'm not now a multimillionaire. I need some tax help because, again, like right here underneath where my glass is, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a guy with a pretty good cocktail, pretty nice buzz, pretty sweet new shirt, and just a bunch of information in front of me that I am sharing with you guys. As of course, share back with me, join the conversation, let me know your thoughts on the videos, what's going on, what's happening in your lives. I'm so curious to find out what you guys believe in and what positions you guys are taking. All right, so let's dive right into it. Let's take a look at AMC. We're going to look at the chart first before we dive too deep into the news because there is a lot of news to kind of go over and some things to share with you. But we're going to go over my position and where I think AMC is going moving forward, just looking at the Webull charts. Not really looking at the news, but more so from an analysis point of view, if you will. So we are well within or well after the closing bell and the extended hours are over. They're done with. Extended hours have been finished and our final total is $56.14, which is a phenomenal price in my opinion to close above due to the fact that our option chains are extremely high in the money right now, and there's going to be a lot of millionaires just from options in this week alone, which could lead to a potential gamma squeeze for this week again. Again, I do feel that this run up from 28 to 77, 26 was a gamma squeeze based upon the short and the open interest on the gamma squeeze with positions on AMC. So a little bit of a dip here on Friday to be expected. Everybody's getting their money out, going to the bars, having a couple drinks, getting ready for the weekend. Excuse me here. So that was to be expected. Opening belt this morning, we jumped up a little bit, trended up, had a little bit of a retracement towards midday, towards the end of the day, and kind of transitioned back up in extended hours to a nice final number of 56.14. I have a feeling that this trend is going to continue into the morning tomorrow. We will see some more gains in the morning. It's a good number, guys. It's showing good resistance. It's showing good consolidation. It's showing to me that we have a potential gamma squeeze this week again before we even see the short squeeze. All right. We have not seen any of these hedges cover any of their short positions yet. We have a lot of open interest for potential option calls in the money. That's why I think we're going to see another gamma squeeze before we really see the short squeeze, which is a good thing. AMC right now is trading like a stock. It's trading like a true fundamental stock. We're seeing good movement. We're seeing good consolidation. We're seeing good steps, rise, steps, consolidate, and so on. Even looking at the RSI, we are within that 70-30% RSI level. So it's not overbought. It's not undersold. It's not oversold or underbought. It looks real good, real strong in my opinion. Let's take a look at the option chain. You kind of see where my excitement is and why I think we're going to see another gamma squeeze this week, potentially Wednesday or Thursday. So this is the June 11th date for AMC. This is when the next option chain expires. These are only call options. So we have right here in the money, $55 and so on. So everything above this line here is in the money. Really, everything above this line here, the 56 right now, is in the money. So open interest are the positions that are open, or the contracts that are open for AMC. And you can see there's some pretty high numbers, 10,000, 25,000, couple thousand, 2, 3, 5,000, and so on, all the way back to 5 cents. We have 97 contracts at 5 cents. These are all in the money, guys. This is what I'm talking about. This is where a gamma squeeze comes from. It's all of these option positions expiring in the money. There is a lot of money behind these option positions expiring on Friday. We do see some smaller numbers here to be expected in the lower digits, but as we approach those double digits, getting up towards that $50 mark, we're seeing the number of positions open. That open interest positions are increasing. 4,000, 1,000, 1,200, 2,000, it's just 3,000. Just the numbers keep increasing. 5,000. That is a lot of money. Those are a lot of positions that are going to close, are going to expire in the money on Friday. That is where the volume comes from. That is where the gamma squeeze comes from. Just so you guys understand, I'm not talking completely out of my head. I've done my research. I've done my digging. I will share links below with you guys for some more information on open interest and why it's so important with gamma squeezes. One of them being right here from Investopedia. Investopedia is a fantastic resource for new traders trying to understand what all this lingo is all about. This goes over what open interest is, how it affects daily volume, and so on. Open interest is the number of active contracts. It's one of the data fields on most option quotes displayed along with the bid price, ask price, and volume, and so on. So that's a lot of contracts. I can't stress that enough, how many contracts are in the money right now. And as we potentially climb in value, more options will become in the money or profitable for those holders of those assets. So I'm very positive for another gamma squeeze this week before we even see the big squeeze. We have a lot of information out there right now. Let's dive into this. So I did find this post on Reddit. I thought it was very interesting and straight to the point, and kind of gives you a breakdown of some of the things that have passed and are coming to pass in regards to regulations and amendments from the DTC, the OSS, the SEC, because we have a lot of these that are very important that affect what's going on with this squeeze. So let me take another sip of my drink and we'll dive right into those. All right. Perfect. Okay, so somebody put this together on Reddit. I think they did a fantastic job, to be honest with you. They cut straight to the point. They broke it down for us to get rid of the nitty-gritty, because a lot of these documents are long. They are, I need more than one drink to get through some of these documents. So we got the first one, the DTCC 2001-002. Makes it harder for the suits to borrow shit, hinders ability to become over-leveraged in short positions. Basically, it's preventing hedgies from shorting or synthetic shorting or carrying synthetic shares on shorts, right? And we have the DTCC 003. Can check the hedgies' dirty laundry whenever they fucking want. I love it. I was supposed to cross out that the F-bomb, but whatever, it's there. So right now what's going on is naked shorts aren't actually illegal. They are frowned upon, but they're not illegal. If they do not get closed out properly in the amount of time that is required for them to be closed out in, then they get in trouble. Then it becomes a legal matter. And there are attorneys out there like Wes Christian who are advocates against naked shorting. So this kind of gives us more information in depth of what's going on behind the scenes. So we have the 004. If hedgies short the F out of a stock and find it's trapped as share price rises, the DTC can liquidate them to cover their positions and prevent its other members from taking losses. No safety nets. So more or less what we're seeing right now are hedgies not covering their short positions. They're billions and billions of dollars in debt from GameStop and AMC and BlackBerry and so on. So this is going to force them to close out their positions. The DTCC is going to close out the positions for them if they're over leveraged. We have 005. No more synthetic shares to cover FTD obligations. No more playing fucking hot potato with our shares, basically short ladder tax going back and forth, and doubling down is what that implies. And we have the NSCC 2021-801. So this is an amendment. Get fucking margin called, you baby back bitch. It is what it is. I thought it was fun. I thought you guys would get a kick out of some of these. It's basically saying that whole amendment was saying you cannot borrow. If you're going to get margin called, you're going to get margin called. You have to have the money available, or you're going to get margin called. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? Then we have the OTCC or the OSS. Basically, they're the same amendment. We're raising capital. You have to have on hand when you get clapped. We don't have the clap your whole family to, essentially increasing margin requirements. So if this does blow wide the fuck open, other members don't get blown the fuck back as well. Basically what it's saying is that if you have not raised additional capital, you need to do so. And if you don't do so, you will get penalized for not doing that. You need to have, these brokerages and these clearinghouses are asking for additional capital to cover these short positions because they know what is coming. This is impending. So a lot of this, what's going on is they're preparing for this upcoming squeeze, and they're preventing a squeeze like this from happening again. They're trying to kind of killing two birds with one stone here. Then our last one here is 004. It is now easier to bid on options from suspended members if they get waxed. This one tickled me a bit. Suits devouring the bodies of each other and so on. So basically, hedgie eating hedgie is what that leads to. Is if you can have a smaller hedge fund devouring a larger hedge fund and basically bailing them out and just taking them over completely, which I thought was pretty cool. So those are some big ones in the works. We have a lot of these factors and a lot of these organizations, the OTC, the OTCC, the NSCC, the DTCC, the SEC, the FINRA. They all have basically what's not covered here is a cool down regulation that is also in place for all of them for after the squeeze as well. And guys, just because the floor is 500,000, don't forget that there is 62 or 63 or something like that, maybe even 67 trillion dollars in reserve to bail out these hedge funds, so we get our tendies at the end of the day. The hedge funds know they are screwed. They know they've backed themselves into a corner. They are treading water right now. They don't even have a life jacket. They got nothing left. And every day, the SEC and the FINRA is just cracking down on these hedge funds. We have today that the SEC posted out saying that they are now watching for shorts, and they are now paying closer attention to what's going on. We had Wes Christian on Fox Business News talking about a $250 trillion market short valuation right now. There's $250 trillion tied up in shorting markets worldwide. That is a crazy high amount of money. Granted, some of it's in AMC, Gme, and they're spread across the world. There's lots of them. We have the SEC looking for signs of misconduct, whether it be from brokerages or hedge funds and so on. They're implementing new rules themselves. We have a lot of news and a lot of stuff coming out to they're including us, they're including retail investors and brokerages that support retail investors in the wording of these documents. But at the end of the day, it's not really going to affect us because we're not playing with the kind of money that hedge funds and market makers are playing with. All this documentation is saying is, hey, you guys really need to step up your game. You really need to watch out what you're doing and watch your back, because now we're watching you. Which is, finally, thank you, SEC, for joining the conversation. It's about fucking time you did it. I'm tired of it. I'm happy that they finally stepped in. Yes, we are seeing retail traders and the verbiage of retail traders and our brokerages thrown in there as well. But when you crack down, you have to crack down across the whole spectrum, so nobody can complain, that nobody can, throw a document in your face and say, hey, like, we want an amendment because you didn't include X, Y, and Z. So they're doing their best that they can. I think we're going in the right direction here. We also have FINR or FINRA requesting a comment on short interest positions. What they're doing is, whether this is going to be public or not, what they are trying to implement. So the FINRA or FINRA is tied with the SEC. They're both kind of like the head honchos, right? They're right here. They both kind of say what's going on. They dictate what some of these other regulatory factions do. So what they're saying was, what they're implying is, when we ask you, what is your short position, we want a comment back. We want a comment. We want to know what your short position is. We want to be able to kind of nip this in the butt before it gets to this point in the future. Not saying that it's going to impact what we're seeing now with AMC, but this is a clear sign of impending doom for these hedgies because of what they have done to this point. So again, I can't stress this enough. This is probably going to be the biggest and the last short squeeze we are going to see for a long time, until they figure out other loopholes to get around some of these regulations and regulatory amendments that are being put out and thrown in our faces and thrown in their faces. So it's big. So in case you were wondering, it says FINRA stands for Financial Investor Regulatory Authority. They want to see the data is what it comes down to. They want to know what's going on. They want to see the nitty-gritty. They really want to dive deeper into behind the scenes, what a lot of these hedge funds are hiding from us on a daily basis. Oh, that was a mouthful. I need another drink. Much better. All right. Last thing, guys. Last thing for the night. Kind of a heads up of what we're going to see moving forward in the next upcoming week, and some of the impending information that will affect our short squeeze moving forward. Again, this is pulled from another Reddit post. I thought it was very poignant, so I'm sharing it with you guys. So we have the DTCC Sunrise meeting on June 7th, which was today. Hopefully we'll have some information about that tomorrow. It was a closed door kind of thing. We want to know what's going on. Hopefully we'll have that data for you tomorrow. Gme Earnings was June 9th, or is June 9th coming up. We have $21.5 million in the money AMC calls expiring in June 18th. We also have a number of in the money calls expiring this Friday as well. So gamma squeeze, well before we have a chance of even seeing a squeeze, which I'm fine with, because the higher the gamma squeeze pushes the price before the squeeze actually happens, the higher the squeeze is actually going to be, in my opinion. So I'm completely fine with that. I'm sitting pretty. I'm enjoying my cocktail, getting ready for my private beach here. We have the DTCC 005 before June 21st. That was one we covered previously. We have GameStop NFT creation on July 14th. Ortex Class 3 squeeze warning for AMC. This is huge. This is Ortex saying, hey, look, there's a big short squeeze, and we've upped it from a 2 to a 3. It's coming. It's right around the corner. We have synthetic longs to create fake coverage. So this is a big thing that hedges are doing right now to help lower the price of GME and lower the price of AMC. Is they're creating synthetic long positions against their short positions to drive the price down, to kind of stop the bleeding, if you will, buy themselves more time. That's all they're doing. All these tactics, short ladder attacks, synthetic longs, whatever it may be, they're just trying to buy themselves more time. But as apes, make another drink, sit back, relax, and watch the shit show unfold, right? I'm all for it. I'm happy with it. I'm smiling. I'm enjoying myself. We also have Naked Short exposed on CNBC. We had a reporter kind of poke fun a little bit. I feel that she was poking fun, kind of snuck that in there when she wasn't supposed to, mentioning, hey, like synthetic shorts, is that what you're talking about? I thought that was pretty cool. Then we have over, well, I don't know why it says that. It was 3 to 6 million AMC individual shareholders. So we have 3.2 million shareholders here in the continental United States, or continental North America, to be precise, Canada, Mexico, and U.S. So we have 3.2 million shareholders alone here, roughly 6 to 7 million worldwide. That is a huge number. That means that we have eaten up, in my opinion, if not 90%, at least 95% of all free floating shares of AMC. Kind of entailing that most of us out there, most of us apes that are holding AMC, could possibly be potentially holding synthetic shares, which isn't a bad thing, because they still have to pay for them. The hedges still have to pay for those synthetic shares when they decide to close out their positions. The next one here is hedges compounding FTD/IS daily, kind of forcing information upon us, right? Then we have AMC is number one shorted stock on Market Watch. It's been that way for a number of days, and I have a feeling it's going to stay that way for a number of days. Retail investors own 85% of AMC stocks. I think it's actually closer to 90 to 95% in my opinion. AMC, number one highest squeeze ranked. I think on Fintel it was 99 all last week. 99% short squeeze ranked. We have FUD on high alert for AMC related on subreddits. Be careful, guys. Do your research. Do your own digging. There is going to be a lot of FUD. There's going to be a lot of news coming out. There's going to be a lot of things that could impact the squeeze, but as long as we stay strong together and hold the line with those diamond hands that I know we all have, the squeeze will happen, and it will happen big. We have AMC equals 97% buyers, 3% sellers. That has changed a little bit since the last time this was posted. I think today it was right around a 52 to 46% or 47% rating. So it did change a little bit since this was posted last week. Then we have AMC cannot issue additional shares. All 20 million are sold. So this is a big one. We had a number of insider traders, which is one thing, and then we had a number of shares that AMC holds within their company themselves that we have already approved their shareholders that, yeah, you can create those additional shares. They just release them in different amounts of time. So all those 20 million shares, I think actually there's 40,000 left roughly, but the majority of those 20 million shares have been sold. They're in the market. We've eaten them up, and the price is continuing to climb. Then we have half of AMC Gme volume shorted via dark pool. We all know that was happening, but the SEC is cracking down and keeping an eye on what's going on with that. We have IHRO, that's someone's name. Drowski squeeze scores 10 out of 10. Again, guys, are you surprised? I'm not. AMC, FINR, or FINRA, squeeze scores 99 out of 99. That's what I'm talking about. 99 out of 99. That is... where's the squeeze? Well, we're all going to be driving around in Lambos. Actually, you know what? I want a Ferrari FF, but that's, the 4-passenger Ferrari that, does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and 200 plus miles an hour with the kids in the back. I'm all about it. Then we have Jeffries and TD and Bank of America and Raymond James, all banning short selling on AMC. So those brokerages, they are no longer allowing shorting for AMC or GME. And there are more being added to that list. So again, guys, we mentioned this in my last video. The more brokerages and banks and financial institutes that ban short selling is going to create a funnel effect to the brokerages that do allow it, which will force them to increase their interest on the shares that they are lending out for shorting. And that's just going to create a focal point along the way at the SEC to really see who is short selling those positions. So I think this is great. I'm all for it. I hope more brokerages and more financial institutes start banning short selling. We can't do it. They've doubled down. They've tripled down. They're doing synthetic longs to cover the positions. They're done. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to drink my drink. Drink my hurricane. Wait for the squeeze to happen. Prepare myself. For my luxurious private island, and my new house and the new cars and Lambos and everything else, and take care of all my subscribers and everybody who likes the video and is on my Patreon and supports the channel, supports the growth, and hopefully we can get another channel going. That's kind of what I have planned for the future. I want another channel for Side Hustle Enterprise. I want to up the production value, and I want to give more back to you guys. I joke around here. I'm sitting in my Hawaiian shirt, drinking my hurricane, joking around with you, but in all seriousness, guys, I couldn't have gone this far and done so much without you. So if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking us out. Join the conversation. Check out the Discord server. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Join the conversation. And as always, be safe with your investments. Do your research. Do your digging. Do your own due diligence. And never invest more than you are willing to lose. So until next time, guys, until the live stream on Wednesday, enjoy those drinks. Enjoy that cocktail if you're old enough to do so. Sit back, relax. Know that you're going to be a millionaire, and just enjoy the ride. Have it easy.